Good morning, Mike's Diabetes World. Sorry, I was a little off in space. Today I want to talk about your equipment and keeping things up to date and in working order. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Okay. Yesterday evening? No, Friday evening. I put my mask on and I noticed I wasn't getting any air. And I've been sleeping with it. I've been using it almost 99% of the time type thing. And I think it said the motor had died. And I didn't, excuse me, I didn't even know this could happen. So I screwed up. This is my fault. And my CPAP machine, I'm going to have to probably call tomorrow and get a new one, and the BC pays for it. Now, I don't care whether it's insurance or the province or state you live in. If someone else is buying your equipment, even if you're buying your equipment, make sure you're going to use it. I use my glucometers, I use my sleeping mask. You need to be alert and you need to be able to do it. First of all, I can tell you, I'm awake, but I have a headache this morning. My nose is all stuffed up because I didn't really have breathing. And you just don't feel good. And yes, if your body isn't in homeostasis order, you're going to feel it. Whoops, off the ground. So make sure your equipment is working. Now, the machine I have is over 5 years old. And of course, it stops working on a Friday evening. Westcare isn't open till tomorrow. So I've got to go the weekend at least, and hopefully not longer, without my breathing apparatus. I don't know if they can fix the motor, but you know what? I hope I can get one. Now, I know could have been a year, with BC, they track you. They put on a little device when you first get it, if they can, and so that they could have the data they need in order that they can ensure that you are utilizing it. It does no good, and I hear so many people who have CPAP machines saying, I used it for an hour. It didn't work. Well, you need to work on it. You need to develop it. Because I can tell you, I have the best sleeps. I feel a lot more rested in the morning. So you need to be aware of this. Don't sort of say, oh well, it doesn't work for me. And now I just hope without my sleeping machine that my blood sugars aren't going to start swinging up and down, or roller coaster or whatever, and that it will keep me in line, because any sort of emergency can put you in trouble and will start your blood sugars to roll. And they do, because it's any sort of stress in your body. So believe it or not, your blood sugars are in tune to how well you're utilizing your body. Now, that doesn't mean you have to do things that you can't do. That means you do the best you can with what you have. Now, I do get up and I take Nico for a walk. He feds, I get my care on my feet done, and then I do my wheelchair aerobics. And then I make sure I do everything I need to do. Now, it's not always easy to rule out what actually went wrong. And I can remember as a kid, my father would say, "Your blood sugar's high. What did you do?" Not what I did. It's you're a teenager and growing up and doing all these things. But you gotta be vigilant and aware that what's going on. And part of that is ruling out and being able to say, well, it's not this, it's not that, I don't have a fever, I don't have any signs of infection. Now, I don't want you to just rule things away. I don't want to say, oh well, I'm not feeling well, that's it. And you're out there and you're eating cakes and cookies and everything. I was brought up in the era of diabetes training where cheating was you were always cheating. Every single time you were cheating. And especially for a young diabetic. Now, it wasn't only me, and I know this for a fact, that there are many other diabetics who were called out, Nico, busy, that they were cheating. And it's so hard when, as a kid, you go to a birthday party And you have to say, oh no, I can't have it because I'm a diabetic. Well, face it, they're going to have a piece. And I'm so glad that the researchers and the doctors and has finally said, okay, yes, they're going to have it. Not much you can really do about it. You can have, I don't know, a piece of pie or, some sort of sweet treat that you're thinking there. Oh, well, yes, I want to. This is not diabetes related, but I can remember my sister was on a Weight Watchers retreat, and she remembers after it going to a restaurant and somebody was walking by with a fancy dessert, on the tray, and then she decided that she was going to cheat. Now, okay, if you're going to have it, have one. Don't eat like the whole dessert tray. And make sure you figure out what the carb ratios are and medicate appropriately. Don't just shoot up with a whole bunch of insulin. Well, gee, I don't know why my blood sugar went up so much. Golly gee whizzikers. So, all this is tied in. You have to have your equipment, you have to know your body, and you have to make sure that if you're going to have something extra to eat, that you count the carbs and you take the appropriate insulin. That's all. That still goes under equipment. Your main number one equipment you have to take care of is your body. For us as diabetics, we want to make sure that we keep things in line. So there are so many variables with diabetes. You want to ensure that you check off as much of these variables as possible. If you don't, you're going to be in trouble. Now, me, living my life now, I don't know what brought on the brittleness. I don't know if I was always a brittle diabetic, but every night I use my sleep mask and CPAP machine. Oh, sorry, bugging that here. And I do my blood sugars. I carry one with me. It's right. Of course, I'm not going to be able to pull it right out. It's the door. Okay, and I have it right here. So, you have to take control of you. I don't think, it's saying, oh, well, you've got to control your diabetes. I think you have to control you. And part of controlling the diabetes and controlling you is to make sure you, A, stay hydrated, especially in the summer. God, today's supposed to be one of the hottest days. You're eating right. And If you go out to a club or and you have that sugary drink, then make sure you compensate it. If you have a drink, make sure you have it with food. All this is controlling you, utilizing your equipment. If you have bought it, then, or someone else, your insurance company has bought it, you have to use it properly. I want you to always be aware of this. Keeping you in line includes the diabetes. If you get sick, you're resting. 'Cause remember, you're the biggest equipment you have. Keep it up. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.